I've tried many different therapists and psychologists over the years, and I can tell you that none of them brings the value to me that Dr. Aziz has brought. For the last 20 years, I didn't want to take off my dark glasses because I was afraid that people would see the tension that I hold in my body, and it's reflected in my eyes. So I was always scared to take off my glasses. I never wanted to go out in public without them on. But thanks to Dr. Aziz, I have come a long way with that, and I now am able to hold a conversation with a man or a woman and keep eye contact, and I feel comfortable doing so, and it feels so good to be able to take off my dark glasses and be able to look people in the eye and have a normal conversation.
The results have been very, very, very powerful. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I've been working with Aziz for 7.5 months, and in that time we have created drastic, really, really powerful, drastic results in my life, and I feel very excited and happy to say that. So some of the things that I've experienced through working with him have been, having more energy, feeling more confident, interacting with strangers much more easily, engaging in lengthy conversations with people in line at Starbucks and actually feeling really fulfilled and good in my body, striking up random conversations with people in the street if I wanted to. My sense of self has gotten more expressed. I feel like I'm able to talk to people about things that are important for me much more easily, and that used to be a big challenge. I can kind of make myself vulnerable in front of people and actually show them more of who I really am.
You will never find somebody more honest and personal and trustworthy to guide you along a path of personal freedom.
And I've never met anybody who is as intelligent and as caring and humble and as helpful as Dr. Aziz is. So just kind of being around him makes you feel good. That's number one. And number two, since he's gone through social anxiety himself, he has such a great understanding of how you feel. And if you tell him that you're maybe getting out of your comfort zone, he'll pretty much already know it because he can read it on you.
It's effective, and also one thing that I was really pleasantly surprised about was how fun it was. It sounds kind of heavy, the subject matter. It's like, kind of going into it like, all right, is this how I want to, this will probably be good for me, but maybe not an enjoyable way to spend my time on a Saturday. But I found it really funny. He's like this great stand-up comedian too. So it was like, I'm learning stuff and I'm just having a really good time.
Before I met Dr. Aziz, I had a hard time making friends, or even to the point of I had a hard time talking to people that weren't necessarily going to be friends, but like someone that I was supposed to talk to in class or talk to in work. I had a hard time approaching women, and I generally just had a belief of myself that this is what I was, and that's what I was going to be when I was 30. I was going to be the same way. When I was 50, I was going to be the same way, and I was never going to be able to get through that. And then through different exercises that I did with Aziz, that I started to actually see that I could change, that I didn't have to be so afraid of people because people are not as dangerous or threatening as I had believed before, and that the majority of them are friendly and happy to interact with you, to the point that now I am taking on leadership positions in my university. I am heading towards a career goal that requires a lot of responsibility and confidence in yourself,
When I was in Orlando, I worked with a therapist. We did 30 sessions at $100 a piece, so that was $3,000. And I'll be very honest with you, in the last 2 days with Dr. Aziz, I have learned more and become more confident and more aware of myself than I did in the 3 months working with my therapist.
One of the big things that I've learned through working with Aziz is really, how to love myself more and how to have more compassion and, just going easy on myself. So many of the ways that I was acting in the world before were really, I just had this horrible self-talk. What I was, I was almost berating myself if I didn't meet up to this high expectation or standard that I had for myself. And if I just even missed it by a minuscule amount, I would literally read myself out and say, oh, you're a horrible person, la 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 la, you're not worth anything. And I would just go on this attack, and I would attack myself and barrage myself with negative criticism, and it really wasn't healthy. So that's another big piece of what shifted since I've worked with Aziz.
I would say if you're feeling scared, you should come. Or if you're feeling uncertain, you should come. Or if you're feeling doubt, it would be a good idea to come, because that's probably some form of resistance. And innerly, you feel drawn to it because you know that there's an edge there, and because you also sense intuitively that there's some way that you can be liberated that you currently are not. So I would encourage you to take those steps, because it's worth it. And I feel like I've been given some really good tools today, and Aziz is just a really fantastic teacher and fantastic presence.
As far as I can tell, he's really about helping you transform your whole experience. And to me, that's really been invaluable, and I'm very, pretty much like eternally grateful for the man he's helped me step into and become. And I still have a lot of work to do, but I've come a long way.
I don't think that there is a monetary value that I can put on the joy that I feel now, that I can look people in the eye.